I'm Chef Patrick Mould, and this episode is brought to you by Louisiana Peanut Oil, the #1 brand of peanut oil in the U.S.
This is the Ultimate Tailgate Chef. I'm Stephen Linn, and today we're in Lafayette, Louisiana, home of the Raging Cajuns, talking Cajun cooking with my friend Chef Pat Mould, and we are talking about a Cajun favorite, a tailgate favorite, Cajun fried turkey. I mean, it's popular out in the parking lot, particularly these parking lots.
Stephen, it's the best way to eat turkey. It was a process that was started down here in Cajun country in the early 70s, and it's just a moist, succulent way to have turkey, because turkey is notorious for being dry, but it's also very quick. I mean, you can cook a 10 to 12 pound turkey in about 45 minutes. And
plenty of time before kickoff. Okay, enough history. How do we get from this to this?
Well, we got a 10 to 12 pound turkey, and we are going to inject it with a marinade. Now, there are several commercial brands of marinades out there on the shelf. Cajun Injector is one, and you want to inject the turkey with about an ounce to an ounce and a half per pound of turkey. Pound.
And are you putting it anywhere in particular, or do I just stick that needle wherever I feel like it looks like it needs it?
You want to just try to avoid poking it full of holes. So you want to go in the same hole as often as possible. Okay. And you want to change the direction of the needle to kind of layer. And again, this is putting moisture and flavor into the turkey, and a little bit of seasoning also, because you know the turkey is notorious for being bland.
And bland, not a whole lot. Right. You got to do something to it.
Exactly. So we're going to do the legs, the thighs, the breasts, and again, you're going to use about an ounce to an ounce and a half of marinade per pound of turkey.
And is there a secret to your marinade? Is there anything you prefer that goes in it, makes it just that extra kick?
Well, I mean, this has a blend of Cajun spices, cayenne pepper, garlic, black pepper, a little
You're
hot
just
sauce.
keeping traditional.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I mean, we love, you know, there's a big misconception about Cajun cooking. People think it's all about the spice. It's about the spice, but it's also about the flavor. Flavor is what we focus in on down here, and the spice is secondary.
Okay, so we've got it injected.
Right.
Now we head to the pot.
We head to the pot, and we're going to go ahead and we've heated up our peanut oil to 350 degrees, and peanut oil is the oil of choice when it comes to frying turkeys, because it imparts a nice, nutty, aromatic flavor onto the turkey, and it also is a very durable oil. Thank you. So it holds up to the frying process. And again, we've heated up our peanut oil at 350 degrees.
Now, I know it's important to keep the oil at a constant temperature when you're doing this. How do you do that and watch that in the parking lot? How do you make sure you're keeping it at 350?
A deep fat fryer thermometer. That's the biggest mistake people make when it comes to frying anything, is they don't maintain the temperature. That's why if the temperature is too low, the product or the ingredient that you're frying absorbs the oil. If it's too hot, you burn it.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and lower our turkey into the fire here. Oh yeah.
Obviously making sure you've got the gloves, you're using that as a shield, all those precautions, because it's hot.
Well, you know, you're right. You're dealing with hot oil, you're dealing with hot pots. It's just like any other cooking technique, you have to be careful. Yeah. My son Ethan, when he was 13, after I taught him how to do it, he fried the turkey by himself from start to finish. So, I mean, I was proud of him, and he was all proud of himself. He said, Dad, all they had left was a carcass, you know.
So we've got that in, and now, how long am I going to leave that in before we go to our setup here? But it's how long per pound?
3.5 minutes per pound. So, you know, again, do the math. 12-pound turkey, I mean, you're talking 40, I don't know, whatever that is.
Now, I noticed you didn't have any kind of rub or anything on the outside of that.
I prefer not to rub the outside of it, because the seasoning and flavor is going to be on the inside of the turkey. And if you rub the outside, you're basically just burning the seasoning. And so you can see.
That looks great.
Well, again, because that peanut oil
smells great too,
has seared the outside of that turkey, it's seared in those natural juices and flavor, and it's seared out the oil. So this thing is not going to be greasy or fatty, and it's just a great way to eat turkey. It's going to be so moist and succulent, and we actually have one
just like this.
Right. We actually have one over here, and I just want you to see how moist and succulent. And you can see.
Yeah, and you can see where the injection really made a difference just by looking at that.
Well, again, we put.
Give me that.
Yeah, right. You take the.
And that's a good thing about this. I get to eat.
And we have all the tips, techniques, and more recipes on how to do this at Louisiana.com. You can visit the website. It's just a great way to have turkey. In my opinion, the best way to have turkey. Once you have Cajun fried
chicken. The bite I just had, I think I would agree.
So it is the most moist, succulent thing you're ever going to put in your
great.
mouth.
Well, I appreciate the tip and the help, and you can find this recipe by going to theultimatetailgater.com. Just click on the show notes for this episode of The Ultimate Tailgate Chef. We'll also have links out to the Louisiana site that he mentioned, other recipes and tips for frying your turkeys and other things as well. That is The Ultimate Tailgate Chef for this week. For more videos, podcasts, tailgate tips, go to theultimatetailgater.com. And for more on tailgating, you can go to atatailgate.com. That's the website of the American Tailgaters Association. That's it for this week. We'll see you next time. Cut me another piece. I'm hungry.
Man, is this good or what?